during his last performance evaluation just last week, so I got some good information there to share tonight. But just going back to Brian's bio, he was born in Lexington, Kentucky, but didn't live there for very long. He actually only was in Lexington for about a week. After that, he moved to Indiana, and he had lived in Indiana ever since. When he was growing up, he played basketball, not surprising given his height. Just like every other kid in Indiana who has seen Hoosiers, that movie. I didn't know what a Hoosier was, so Google, it's an amazing thing. I went onto Google and I said, I'm going to find out what a Hoosier is, because I didn't know what that was. So a Hoosier is actually derived, maybe this is not true, but that's what the Google Dictionary said, from the word Hoosier, H-O-O-Z-E-R, which is an English dialect word developed in Cumberland County in the late 19th century. And it was used to refer to anything that was unusually large. And then it went on in one of the other dictionaries. It was called the Diet of Americanisms. A Hoosier in that dictionary was described as a big, burly, uncouth specimen or individual. I'm not sure that quite applies to Ryan, but I thought that was interesting to learn about what a Hoosier was. Brian went on to write about the fact that he, at that time, met his current girlfriend Elizabeth at his best friend's wedding reception, where he has served as best man. I assume Elizabeth is your wife now. I haven't met Elizabeth, so in any case. So thank you, Elizabeth. But she did stay in Indiana originally and then moved to the Upper Valley. Brian went to the Indiana University School of Medicine. He has lots of interests in guitar and other musical instruments, some athletics. And the thing I learned about Brian after his performance review is he's actually going to be taking a month off before he starts work. He's going to be doing a trip to Ireland, he and Elizabeth. So they'll be there for a nice time. And I was telling Brian when we met at that time that I actually did a trip to Ireland not so long ago with my husband, and I stayed in bed and breakfast, and we had a car and we went from town to town, and I stayed in some of these bed and breakfasts that were pretty marginal. And there was one that was interesting in that the bedroom literally was a bed in a room, and that's all that fit in it. And then there was another where the bathroom was so small that I'm sure Ryan couldn't shut the door if he sat down on the bed. Brian's actually staying in castles. So he's going to have a nice trip while he's there. And what I decided I would get for Brian is two things. One instrument that Brian plays is a harmonica. So I thought a nice thing that he could do while he's in Ireland, there's a great little town near the Cliffs of Moher called Doolin, where the people in the audience get up and sing along with all of the Irish songsters, whatever, singers. And I thought Brian could play his harmonica with them. Back into the Midwest, back to Indiana, I thought he'd feel right at home if he had some corn, so he could
I'm beginning to think I'm up here with Athos.